Now here we stop that, Barry. We're on. Well, you're not in it. It's okay. Will you? You want to wave? Wave. Okay. You want to wave this? Hi, baby. How are you? All right. We have another exciting show. It's number 21 of this series.
We're old enough to drink.
We have, not Chester. We have today with us our special guests, James, call me Jim Ricca, and Chester the Motor Dog. Let's give it up for Chester. Come on, Chester. All right, all right. Chester's a big star. Thank you, Chester, for waving. Okay. And in our usual cast of stars, we have Niki Penta and Rabbi Rosenberg over there, alias Barry. The glare is killing me, Barry. Thank you.
Ditto, Ed.
We have dueling glares. We'll go out on the highway and blind them all.
Dueling Glares, wasn't that a bluegrass group in the 60s? Dueling Glares?
You done?
Maybe.
All right. Today we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with our quiz. So who wants to go first? These are tough. We'll go to Barry. Barry.
Yes, sir.
Number 1. These are multiple choice.
Okay.
I want to explain multiple choice, and you have 20 seconds. You can call a friend if you want.
Call a friend. All right.
I'll
ask Chester.
All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
There's no E. James. Johnny Cash's last name is A, pennies, B, dollars, C, the pound, and D, cash. Take your time. No need to rush.
D, Cash?
Very good. You got it right. You see
All
that, Bill?
right.
All right. We'll go. You want to go next?
Sure. I'll take a shot.
All right. The Kansas City Royals, all right? Got that? Of the American League of Major League Baseball, play in what league? A, National. B, National Football League. A little tough choice there. C, AAA. D, American. You want to confer with Chester?
Yeah, Chester. What do you think? He says we telepathically.
I understand that completely.
This is American.
Very good. It's D. Give him a. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're moving along.
Good job,
He's
Chester.
smarter than he looks.
Good job, Chester. Yes.
You look smart.
Chester's from Chester, Pennsylvania, right, Chester?
Yeah.
All right. Now you're up. This is a toughie.
Oh, boy.
You ready? The Rio Olympics were just held in what city? A, Boston. B, Madrid. There's a toughie because there was one. C, Moscow. And D, wait a minute, there's 5 of these, sorry. D,
And D.
D, Tokyo. And E, Rio. Now think it over.
Technically, the answer's not there.
What do you mean it's not there?
It's not.
It
It's
says-
not the full name of the city, but it's Rio. E.
Technically.
I'm going to say it's in the best way possible. Get out. All right, number 4.
You couldn't find anybody to replace
Hi,
me.
sweetheart. How you doing? All right. Now, number 4. By the way, lengthen the quiz this time. There's 6 questions. You're up, Barry.
Yes, sir.
Brazil, all right, is the largest country in South America. Now, here's the question. What continent is it situated in? Is it... Is it A?
Ed, this is too hard.
I know it is for you, yes. Is it A, Australia, B, Europe, C, South America, or D, Asia? Now take your time.
C, South America.
It's pretty good. Let's give him a hand. All right.
Right.
All right.
So when do I get to see South America?
If you pay for it yourself. There you go. All right, number 5. Oh, Chester's up.
Oh, okay,
Hi,
Chester.
What?
Your turn.
You ready? This is a
Go
trick.
ahead.
What is Smokey the Bear's middle name? Is it A, bear, B, dog, C, cat, D, pigeon, or E, the?
I'm going to say Smoky Pigeon. No, the. I'm going to say the.
Okay, he gets that. Thank you. Chester told you that's
I
wrong.
changed my mind at the last second.
Chokester lifted up his leg and let you have it. All
Corrected
right.
me. You did.
Now the final question. You
mean
ready,
he's
Rabbi?
not a cat
Yes,
bear?
sir.
Huh?
You mean he's not a cat bear?
That's not a cat. Oh, there it is.
Cat
No.
bear.
All right, stop it. All right, you ready?
Yes, I am.
So, you ready? The White Mountains of New Hampshire are, should we call them the Caucasian Mountains now, to be politically correct? Okay, what do you think? Okay, the White Mountains of New Hampshire are located in what state? Ready? A, Vermont, B, New Hampshire, C, Wisconsin, and D, California. Now, since this was so difficult, I didn't give an E.
That makes it harder. I'm going to go with B, New Hampshire.
All right. Okay. Well, what a wild group
You realize
this
you
is.
skipped my turn, right?
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, okay. The White Mountains of New Hampshire are located.
No, you already gave it to Barry.
All right. Sorry, Barry. What a
You
rabbi.
can have one of mine next show.
Thank you.
What a rabbi took it. I don't know. Let's do this day in history, all right? We're going to do August 29th.
What day in history?
What? August 29th.
Ah, that day in history.
In 1944, there was a little thing going on. 15,000 American troops of the 28th Infantry Division marched down the Champs-Élysées in Paris as the French capital continued to celebrate its liberation from the Nazis. You remember them? Remember them?
I remember reading about it.
Yeah, well,
actually,
yeah.
I mean, I've read about it.
This is in 2005. Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast near Buras. Good enough. What do you know? Not Buras. Wait a minute. How about Burris? We got
That
that.
was perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. Burris, Louisiana, bringing floods that devastated New Orleans. More than 800 people in the region died. They had flooding a few weeks ago, or last week over in Louisiana too. Nobody remembers. Yeah, Baton Rouge was Baton Rouge. Yeah. Okay.
Red stick.
In August 30th, in 1963, the hotline communications link between Washington and Moscow went into operation, and it's not Moscow, Michigan, as you so wonderfully stated before.
I did?
Yes, no, you didn't. All
My,
right.
my apologies to your memory.
Thank you. In 2011, National Guard helicopters rushed food and water to a dozen cut off Vermont towns after after the rainy remnants of Hurricane Irene washed out roads and bridges. Are you able to play Irene? Good night, Irene. Is that under?
It's out of copyright.
Wasn't that your birthday? Wasn't that your birthday?
Yeah. All right, excellent. All right, give him one of those bops there, will you? Or not. All right, now this is September 1st. This has got to do with the beginning and end of World War II, which is interesting. It's on the same day. In 1939, World War II began as Germany invaded Poland. Yeah, it was tanks against horses. Fair fight.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. In 1945, Americans received word of Japan's formal surrender that ended World War II. However, because of the time difference, it was September 2nd in Tokyo Bay where the ceremony took place. All right. Name a poet that, he wrote plays too, that was born on the same, he died, okay, he was born and died on the same date.
Of the year.
Not the year. Yeah, same day of the year. Go ahead.
I don't know.
You know?
No,
Chester? No, Chester's.
he doesn't know.
You know?
Oh,
You're poor or poet?
really?
Shakespeare.
Ah,
So if you're ever on, that's incredible.
A poetic ending to his life.
yeah. That's horrible.
That's disgusting. All right, so let's talk about Chester, James.
Yes.
So Chester, how do you feel? How does it feel to be a dog, Chester? No, so Chester has. What's he has? He has 4 legs, a nose. And, look at these
He has
beautiful
4
eyes,
legs,
though.
nose,
No,
couple
Chester's
ears.
problem is epilepsy, right?
He has epilepsy. He has canine elepsy, yeah.
You
And,
give him the same thing as the people get?
as far as medication, he takes phenobarbital, and he gets a sodium pill as well, salt pill.
And that.
Well, it helps. It reduces the amount of seizures he has.
So how often does he have one?
He has a seizure about every week to 10 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My dog had it.
Oh, really?
And he would be in. he was in the corner, you had to pull him out towards the middle so
Oh,
he
it's
wouldn't hurt
horrible to
himself.
watch. I
Yeah.
mean, they, you know, he causes temporary blindness.
Oh, it
and, yeah, for a while he can't see, and he stumbles around, and you know, it clears up pretty quickly. We're lucky that they're not more severe. They're fairly, you know, he recuperates quickly.
Do you know when they're coming on?
I can tell generally just because of the amount of time that lapses between them. Like I knew he was going to have, he had one the night before last, and I knew it was coming because a week had gone by.
But does he do it so it's any time? It can be at night?
Usually at night when he's never had one when we've been out. Chester's been out on the bike over 35,000 miles now.
That's right. Chester rides motorcycles, and today he was covered up because it was raining.
Right.
But he did have his eyes out.
Yes. Yes. But so he's never had one out of the house. It's always at home when he's at rest. Usually.
How fortunate. Well, he shouldn't rest then.
Well, I know. It's hard. We try to keep him up as much as we can. But
So he
look
has
at
it. But is he sleeping when this comes on?
usually it's right after he wakes. So he'll wake up from a rest or a sleep, and he'll sort of it sort of seems to happen right after that.
Yeah, and he goes flailing and all that?
Yeah, he'll you know he'll fall to the floor. He'll first stiffen up and shake, and then fall to the floor, and then
And he flails on the
yeah,
floor?
his legs kick.
How long do they last?
It goes for about probably a minute and a half.
Does he sleep afterwards?
He gets agitated, or not agitated, but he's just sort of wired afterwards for a period of time. You know, he'll pace back and forth and move around the house more quickly, and so it lasts for a while, and then he recuperates quickly though. So within a couple hours, he's pretty much back to normal.
He must get upset. I mean,
It doesn't seem to upset him. He just
don't tell me he's used to it.
well, he unfortunately he kind of is. He you know, he has them and he recuperates, and we move on. You know, and sometimes it'll affect him for longer periods, and sometimes he'll be a little groggy the next day. Other times he just bounces right back. So it's an odd. You just can never call it. You never really know when it's going to happen.
So he
you
doesn't
don't-
exhibit any signs that it's going to
I mean,
happen?
I can tell, you know, 60 seconds before it happens, but there's really nothing you can do about it. He gets a glazed look in his eyes,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
and if I call him, he won't respond, and you know, you can tell that it's coming on.
it's coming on.
Rabbi, it must be a Jewish dog because he gets groggy.
Yeah.
You don't mean the thing that they wave on?
No, I don't mean that. People, that was an expression in New York City, you know.
It was?
Well, you were in the
I was in the Bronx for 24 years and I
the
never.
Bronx. Well, they don't do that. You were the Green Concourse. You were up there with the D train.
You took me back there with your.
You're a
your-
sick
your-
individual.
your-
All right,
your-
thank you.
understand
Do we? Why don't we put up some? I'm not well.
We lost control, didn't we?
Why don't we put up some pictures of this lovely dog? A control room. Okay, you see how fat? Now look at that. That's me pointing. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. There's Chester. Look at it. Hold it. Not so. Go back one, please. Chester's wearing his goggles. He was in a movie, wasn't he?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this, where is this? This kid went to Old Navy.
I'm not sure where this was, but we get, you know, on Chester's websites there are hundreds. If
Oh yeah,
not,
tell him about.
Yeah, he's got a Facebook page that's Chester the Motor Dog. If you go to Facebook and search for Chester the Motor Dog, you'll get Chester.
Actually, I went to Google and put in Chester. I put in
Did it
the
come up?
motor dog, and it came out.
Yeah, and also Instagram, same thing, Chester the Motor Dog. And you know, there's videos of him and hundreds and hundreds of photographs. And photographs like these, you know, whenever we're out, we meet people, and people actually pull us over in traffic sometimes.
That's the policeman.
I had a policeman pull me over, and I thought I was in trouble, and he just really wanted to take a picture for his kid. So I, of course, obliged. And
And he didn't have any kids. so
he
just
let me,
wanted-
yeah, right. He didn't have any kids. He wanted it for himself.
Yeah, and well, there go another derailment here, Barry. I was going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he has a card too.
He does have a card. I have a card that I
Oh, look at this.
I hand out when we're out with him, just so people can find his website,
That's right.
his page, and just a little card with his
Look at
picture
this.
and some information.
Oh my God! Look at this. These kids love him.
Kids love him.
Where's the? You sent me one with the woman.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I mean, as I said, there's hundreds. I didn't know how many to send you. I could have sent you 1,000 if you wanted them, but
Oh yeah, that would take up the whole show.
that's right.
All right, I just
We
sit
could have
here-
killed some
That wouldn't
time, right?
necessarily be a bad thing.
Watch
This is
it.
him.
Oh, there she is. Yes.
Yeah, and you just passed one where he was on a tractor where he cuts the grass with me on the
Okay,
tractor.
now this is where he's going down the road. Look at this.
Yep,
His
That's-
hands are up.
that's how he rides.
Look at He looks much smaller.
And once we get going, he'll stand up. He sort of sticks his nose in the air, and
He looks smaller when he's in that.
yeah, well, this much is sticking out. So
Look at this. Comb your hair. Have me-
And your harness is attached to your
yeah,
cycle?
he's harnessed.
How?
Well, there's a case on the back of the bike
Okay.
that he's kind of sitting inside of. He hangs out the front. His legs hang out, and then he's harnessed in and hooked into the case.
Okay.
See that?
We used to do mountain trails with our Bichon, and we had a backpack.
Oh,
and
yeah.
her legs would hang out, and she'd
Ah.
be in the back, and she could feel, us breathe and stuff. So
Yeah.
she was,
Yeah, yeah.
even when she
And
was
that's,
getting
when
weird,
he's
she was
behind me,
good.
he's sort of right up against my back, so in the case, and it's a soft case, so
Yeah.
I can feel him leaning against me, and I can feel him there all the time. So
What do you look at me when you said he was getting weird? What does that mean?
My dog identified with you. I
Did
couldn't
he?
help it.
Did she? Hey, I told you
Well,
once
you know.
she was back there banging into things.
I know. That's what dogs do when they're blind and they walk.
Thank you.
Sure.
You make a note of this. please. All right. Why don't
Any
you?
other info you want? Just ask me.
Yeah. Put a little powder up there. I don't want my sunglasses. Well, let's. You can, what's your song today? Then we'll get to this.
My song is "It Comes When It Comes,"
Thank you. All right. You
and
know,
it is self-explanatory, especially if you listen to the opening.
how long is this thing?
If
Oh,
you don't
excuse me, I didn't mean
if you don't
think.
interrupt me, it's like 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, when I do though, it's about 10:15.
yeah.
No, I'm.
If I did it now and you were quiet till I did it, would probably come out well because I wouldn't be wondering when you're going to let me start. Hint, hint.
You done?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Here's Barry Rosenberg. Geez, did I get it right this time?
Yes.
Damn. I'm
You
sorry.
did.
I'm
Barry
sorry.
Rosenberg
I'm sorry,
of
Barry.
www.barryrmusic.com.
Anything for. And how much business have you gotten since this?
I don't know if you've gotten me anything, Ed, but I like you, so I'm still here.
Thank you. And you're
I
doing
think that's
your
fastly-
tuning business
quickly
is going,
waning.
right?
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah. What happened to our show? What happened? There's nothing happening.
Oh,
I thought we were appearing.
I haven't booked it. We will discuss that after.
Yeah, right. That's what they always say.
All right?
Okay. Thank you, Barry. Take it away.
Thank you.
Don't take Barry away. Get him out of here. All right, Barry. Go ahead. You're on.
Thank you. The break you waited years for, that high note you must hit, the sweet romance that doesn't change its mind, that precious thing beyond your reach can be a ruthless tease if you believe that you're in charge of time. Comes when it comes, so if you set a deadline date and one day later is too late, you know you're begging for the blues. It comes when it comes, you can't demand it on the spot because you're giving what you've got. You just can't grab it when you choose. It's got its own mind, its own life, its own way of living, its own breath, its own heart, its own way of giving. It comes when it comes, so let it take you by surprise. And when you open up your eyes, you'll find it's not quite what you planned. It's got its own plans, its own gift for you. Ba do ba da ba da do ba da ba da do 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 da do ba do da do do da da ba do da do ba da ba ba do ba do ba 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 do do da do ba ba da ba do da 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 do da da. It's got its own mind, its own life, its own way of living, its own breath, its own heart, its own way of giving. It comes when it comes, so let it take you by surprise. And when you open up your eyes, you'll find it's not quite what you planned. It's got its own plan, its own gift for you, for you, for you.
All right, Chester. Chester loved it.
Thank you.
And I must say, that was an excellent imitation of Ella Fitzgerald there. Really. Really. You did a fine job.
Thank you.
You don't look the same, but that's all right.
Bleach.
A lot of it.
Oh, jeez.
That's disgusting. Typical. Being a Democrat, I'm surprised you would say something like that.
I'm ashamed of
You should
myself
be.
now, Ed.
All right. Now, you were going to read. Sorry, Chester. Were you going to read this? All right. You ready? You've heard of the plant, the wandering Jew?
Mm-hmm.
We have the wandering manatee, samples Cape Delights. I thought as a rabbi you'd love that.
I do.
Not
I,
really, all
I
right,
appreciate it.
Now, would you please read this?
Oh, sure.
The underlines, and what do I cross out? We have 7:06 to go.
You want me to read where you crossed out to?
No.
Wandering manatee samples Cape Delights. An oddly graceful, roughly 8-foot-long manatee that has probably arrived from Florida to join the throngs of tourists enjoying the warm waters off Cape Cod. Since mid-August, wildlife experts have documented at least half a dozen sightings of the transient manatee they believe slowly slam up the east coast to feed on local vegetation. The issue it faces is one of time. When the water temperatures drop, its chances of survival do too. The animal has moved around quite a bit since the first confirmed sighting was recorded at Dowses Beach in Osterville on August 19th.
Which is Cape Cod for the people who are living in Moscow, Russia. Oh.
Yeah, because we have
So many of you,
viewers.
Putin himself calls it. Take them off.
There have also been unconfirmed sightings, reports that came in without photographic or video evidence earlier in the month near the island of Nantucket. It's very mobile. They can travel quite well.
That was probably our president out there they spotted, rather than the manatee. Thought there? Go right ahead.
Thanks.
Certainly.
Experts say they aren't concerned about the manatee's presence for the time being, as it has shown no immediate signs of trauma or distress. In fact, the water beast has seemed content in its temporary habitat, as it has delighted the public with its appearances. When we start to get into the cooler weather, that's where we've been getting really concerned, said Chuck Underwood, Public Information Officer for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's Jacksonville office.
Take a breath. Go ahead.
You want to read this?
No, I don't.
All right,
That's why
then.
I gave it to you.
Manatees, which are protected under both the Endangered Species and Marine Mammal Protection Acts, can't survive long in waters that dip below 68 degrees. If the currently unnamed Cape Cod manatee fails to continue its path south, it could die from what is known as cold stress. These guys really shut down very rapidly, New England Aquarium spokesman Tony Lacasse said in a statement. Although the arrival of a manatee off Cape Cod is slightly unusual, officials said, it's not entirely unheard of. Manatees have been known on occasion to travel as far north as Massachusetts. Whether it's due to warming waters as a result of climate change remains unclear, but an increase in the animal's numbers may play a role. Earlier this year, federal officials proposed reclassifying the species status from endangered to threatened, citing improvements in population and habitat conditions. In 2009, another gentle giant visited the region. Ilya, a 1,100-pound sea cow, spent the latter part of the summer that year in Cape Cod before he was later spotted in New Jersey in October and given a lift back to Florida in a U.S. Coast Guard cargo plane. If it moves, hopefully the next time we get a sighting, it moves south. If it moves north, we will want to keep a close eye on any reports. As more people flock to the Cape to bid farewell to the season, experts are urging the public to remain alert and give the unhurried drifter some room to roam. Enjoy it, report it, but do so from afar, Underwood said. We prefer they keep a distance and leave the animal alone.
Did you write Room to Roam?
No, I
Or you
didn't.
did the Bob Hope movie, Road to
Recovery?
Rome? Rome, New York, was it? Never mind.
I know that they did a lot of road
They
pictures.
did a
I
lot
don't
of it. They
remember
had
that
to.
one.
It was terrible. All right. Thank you very much.
You mean
You're
they had to
welcome.
keep doing it till they got
there
it
was-
right?
Oh, thank you. I don't know. There was another article. Chester, you want to read this? Don't stick your tongue out, Chester. mass prods other states to speed cuts and emissions. This stuff with cutting emissions. Can you name that tune? You want to write? He wants to write the song.
Patty cake,
No.
three bags full.
Patting a dog here. Go hit it.
I think that was 2 in 1.
Is it really? All right. They want to continue this group that they have. It's about cutting greenhouse gases. You remember greenhouse?
I do.
You know, they have the carbon and all these emissions. It's very exciting. I think it's basically too late, sports fans. Yes, it is. Don't look at me like that,
For what?
Rabbi. For all this, they want to cut emissions more, and they want other states to get involved, and they have another
Well, it's
state.
better than not cutting them at all.
Yeah.
Easy for you to. It's too late.
It's
Go ahead. That's a song. It's too late now.
It's too late, baby, now.
That's right. Hey, don't violate the
That's
That's when
copyright.
Carol was king.
I think. Who was from
Where's
Queens?
Carol's King? Yeah.
She's from Queens, New York. A nice Jewish girl.
That's right.
Oh.
She sang in a princely manner.
You have to go
Sorry, I'm
somewhere.
trying to join in.
All right.
Prince,
no,
Prince,
I
Prince.
think it's too late for all. By the way, the article is from the Boston Globe, strangely enough.
Not to worry
And
about
this,
it. I'm trying
are
to
you
read it.
finished yet?
Are you?
No, this is from the Boston Globe. This is the 29th of August, and the other one is the 30th, which would happen to be something important. But if you look at, I say, look how brutal this. There's the whole country. This is the hottest year on record for the Globe.
The Boston Globe?
Does he bite? Can he learn?
No. Maybe we can teach him.
I guess that means global warming isn't a hoax.
Thank you, Mr. Republican. No, it's
Don't
not
insult him like that.
Stop it. It's not a hoax. It's ridiculous. You have the hottest on record here so far. In Boston. I know you people in Kansas City are interested in this. In Boston, it was the hottest August on record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And thank you. And also the driest meteorological summer on record. Meteorology is June, July, and August. It's the driest one on record. But you know, it's pleasant. Oh.
Everything's brown and.
Yeah, everything's brown. You
horrible.
know, you
Everyone's
want
drink-
green grass around here, put food coloring
You're
on
right.
it. That's the
Everyone-
way.
for yourself.
everyone
My
is
lawn is
drinking
nice and green.
Everyone's drinking draught beer.
Get out. There's some. We had the Merrimack Trickle last week.
Yes, we did.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and the outlook is to keep that going to at least November. And the outlook for September, I've seen the long range brutality will continue.
Wow.
It's just disgusting. There might be somewhat of a break over the weekend because we have the remains of Hermine, which is hitting Florida now. But okay, but it's supposed to. It should go off the coast and just stall, so it may or may not rain. The worst place to be the Cape.
That's
My wife, who is not a meteorologist, says that it's going to rain the weekend of September 17th because we're camping for our anniversary.
Excellent. You heard it here first. Now we'll be on again on the 15th, where we have a young lady who works here at the station, and then we also have a high school senior who's going to sing. You're not a high school
Can't you dance,
senior,
too?
and not a female either.
Can she dance?
Yes, she can. All right. So that's it. That's all, folks. Folks.
And Sullivan is dead, but Cohen isn't. And when it comes to weather, Cohen's smart. As New York as you get, his money's on the Mets, which goes to show that Ed's a Joe who always bets his heart. You'll hear a slick review or two from Niki. And Cantor Something Berg will sing some song. There's weather news and shtick, enough to make you sick. You'll be glad you came along.